Hi, it's Hokum here again, and here I am unboxing something slightly different. This is the game Port Royal from Firelock Games. This is a skirmish-based game for the Blood and Plunder system, and this is based around Port Royal in Jamaica, I believe. And this is based after the earthquake there and the events that transpired. Some of them are mythical, but it's up to you because this is your own setting and own game. I backed this on Kickstarter, so I got this a little bit early. I've had this for about a month now. Unfortunately, I've had a little bit of I've had this for about a month now, but I've been busy with one or two other things. With the game, I also got a sprue of weapons for the characters for my gang, as it were, and also it came with the printed reference sheet, which is quite nice. So let's open the box and see what's inside. I'm a big fan of the system that they use for Blood and Plunder. This is based on Firelock Games D10 system, which they use in Blood and Plunder. Inside we have a map of Port Royal, Jamaica. We have a game, oh no, it's not a game board, sorry, we have a game mat. We have a map, and also we have card terrain and buildings. I do also have, I also backed this for the STLs as well, so I should have the STLs for all of these on my my mini factory. Here is the rulebook. Let's open that up. So it's part of the map of Port Royal, which also comes with the game. There are a lot of different factions in the game, most of the European countries. So you've got the Dutch, the English, you have the local people, you have the raiders, Spanish, French, Jamaican pirates. So there's plenty of different groups to choose from. I would also assume you'd be able to scale this up as well towards the American Civil War as well. Tins and models. Get the box out of the way. So the main contents inside are 15 models for your characters. These are on injection molded plastic and have male and female characters and also injured characters. So you have ones which are down and such. Weapons on here include axes and tomahawks, various clubs and spears, boat harpoons, drums, so I'm guessing you can have musicians and such as well. So that's that sprue. Are all these sprues the same? No, there are in fact different sprues as well. So we have on this one here, this one just says Firelock Games, but this one says 18th century pirates. So we have a number of different pirate bodies, we have muskets, we have pistols, we have possibly a punt gun of some variety, some more like harpoons. We have various hats and heads. One of the things which is actually really quite nice about this game is that you have a lot of different headsets. You get a lot of different headdresses for people, so you can have people with different wigs, you can have different hats, you can have tricorn hats and such. You've got axes, you've got sabers, you've got cutlasses. You've got quite a range of different items here. I believe this is a duplicate sprue. Yes, this one is a duplicate. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It says 15 character models. Now I'm guessing some of these are, so you get some special models on here for, I'm guessing, things like governors. There's a priest, and possibly a leader, like pirate character. Does it name them on here? So you get the instructions here about how they all go together. The Firelock instructions are normally pretty good. They're a little bit small. I think a little bit larger would have been more helpful. And all of your models come on 25mm bases, which are also supplied. The bases are quite small, as 25mm, due to the fact that it allows you to cram as many models as you can into boats and such. This one is just a small rowing boat, or boat for going between ships and the shore, and you can see that you can fit a large number of models into quite a small space. Much smaller than you would do with, say, the 32mm bases that Games Workshop use. But this game is much more about how many people you can fit onto a deck of a ship and such. So it gives you a good idea of how many you can fit into a small boat. And you also have not so small boats. They also have not so small boats, like this sloop here, which is one of the smallest of the seagoing ships. This is from the original Blood and Plunder game, so it gives you a good idea of how large even the smallest of ocean-going ships are. So we have the game reference, which was an extra, and then we have the rulebook, and we have all of the terrain and additional bits added here. And we have all the additional bits added here. So we have a map of Port Royal. We have a fold-out game mat, quite good quality paper. We have the instructions. We have all of the rulers. Now luckily an awful lot of these are the same for Blood and Plunder, so that would probably make it quite easy. You've got your measuring rulers here. You have fatigue, shaken. Interestingly, there doesn't seem to be many of the fatigue for multiple reload dice and such. I guess this is to note being behind cover. Then you have what look like barrels, so these could be obstructions and obstacles. Appears to be some manhole covers, maybe. This is one of the buildings, and seems to be double-sided, nicely printed on quite decent quality card as well. Some more of the buildings showing the interior walls which have been painted. Some more of one of the larger buildings, this one. Oh, it's been not cut, but it's been scored in such a way that you could fold it to make a L-shaped wreck. That's quite nice. And no doubt I'll be 3D printing an awful lot more terrain for this. The detail level on this is actually quite high, so I may well use my resin 3D printer as opposed to my FDM printer for this. As I mentioned, this is a D10 system, so hit rolls and such are based on D10s, and you can see that stats are also based around D10s. This is after the earthquake at Port Royal, so this is about trying to get as much money and gold and the skullduggery that occurred there. One thing which is kind of interesting is that the main rule book for Blood and Plunder had an awful lot more detail about the history, whereas this seems to cut quite quickly to just all the detail about how to actually play the game and set up campaigns. So that's it's quite nice. It means it's a much more lean rulebook than the rulebook from Blood and Plunder. So, after backing that from the Kickstarter, am I happy with everything that I got? I think it's quite good. I do wish that the rewards for backing it had been slightly more exciting than just a single sprue of hand weapons, but that's not to say that it isn't useful. These look like they've been either slide molded or 3D printed in resin by the look of the supports and such. Bring that up closer to the camera and see if it will focus on that, so you can see the weapons on there. I've got my D10s. I think that what you get from this is fairly bare bones, but it allows you to create your own adventures, and it doesn't limit you in any way. So I think it's actually pretty good. I don't know what the retail of this will be in the UK. Should have a quick look now, actually. So, the contents: you get the rulebook, you get 6d10 dice, 15 character models, you get accessories, punch card tokens, punch board rulers, and 27 punch board terrain pieces and paper terrain mat. The RRP on this is £89. I think, I think for £89 you don't actually get that much. When you consider that for only a few pounds more you can get the Necromunda Hive War set, which feels like you get an awful lot more for your money. I think they're going to have issues trying to break through into a wider market with this. The game itself, I think, is very good. I've played a few games of Blood and Plunder and I really enjoy it. But I think for a retail price of £89, I think they're going to struggle to get get people interested who aren't yet into the setting, versus the price of the Blood and Plunder box set, which can be had for about £110 sometimes on discount. I think that this is going to be a hard sell. Game Figures have this listed as coming soon for £80, and I don't know. The setting is a really interesting setting, and the models go together quite well. They're not quite up to Games Workshop standards, but they're nice hard plastic models, much better than their old lead models, which were sub 1990s Games Workshop lead models in quality. I think they're going to have a hard sell at its current retail price. I think it needs to come down by at least £10 to make it more interesting. But what you get here is you get about 3 or 4 houses worth of terrain. You get a well-printed rule book. You get a game mat, you get a nice map as well. So I think the overall contents is quite good, but I think just the amount of actual game that you get with it is probably not sufficient. I haven't read the rule book myself yet, but I think with 15 models you're going to be quite pushed to probably make 2 gangs. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I do know that this can be played single player, so maybe that's what they're aiming this more at, rather than the multiplayer side, which is what Blood and Plunder is geared towards. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's going to require a fair bit of sell in order to get other people interested in this, which isn't the same with Blood and Plunder, because as soon as people see like a huge board with ships sailing in and forts and such like, they get quite interested in it straight away just by seeing pirates running around. So I think it's going to be a solid game. I just don't know about the price. I think it might be best to simply buy the rule book, which I believe is about £25, and then you can probably sort virtually everything out yourself. You can 3D print the models from my mini factory. You can 3D print the game rulers and everything else, and it just uses D10s and tokens that you can use yourself anyway. So I think this box set will be more useful maybe for somebody who's already into Blood and Plunder, because you get the 15 models in there, which are a bit different to the ones that come with the main Blood and Plunder set. But yeah, I think £89 is a hard sell.